So here's a wild thought. What if I told you that just 10 Ethereum, which, yeah, costs around $30,000 today, could actually be your ticket to retirement? I mean, is that even possible? Okay, let's dive into this and really see what the numbers are saying.
So this absolutely wild prediction comes from a guy named Tom Lee, who's the chairman of Bitmain. He's on record saying Ethereum could one day hit a staggering $250,000 for a single coin. I mean, that's some serious moon math right there. We're talking about a valuation that would make Ethereum worth more than the entire market cap of gold.
And just think about what that means. In that crazy scenario, if you bought 10 ETH today, the passive income you'd get from staking rewards alone could be pulling in around $75,000 a year. That sounds like the cheapest retirement plan in history, right?
But okay, let's get real for a second. $250,000 ETH. It feels like a massive stretch, to say the very least. So is this just a total crypto fantasy, or is there actually something more substantial going on with Ethereum right now that could point to some serious growth ahead?
All right, so let's put the moon math aside for a minute and try to build a more grounded bull case. We're going to look at three key things: the health of the network itself, Wall Street's involvement, and what the charts might be telling us as we look towards 2026.
And this is the crucial part. This whole argument isn't about some far-off, pie-in-the-sky prediction. No, the case for a strong Ethereum is built on tangible, observable activity that is happening on the network literally as we speak.
First up, let's talk fundamentals. You know, the core of any crypto's value is its network. And right now, Ethereum's network is showing some incredibly strong signs of life. Just look at this recent spike in daily transactions. There was a network upgrade that made it way cheaper to use, and now people are flocking back. You can actually use Ethereum again without paying an arm and a leg in those gas fees. It's becoming usable for everyday folks again. And this is a huge shift in sentiment. For the first time in 4 months, there's more Ethereum waiting to be staked, locked up to help secure the network for rewards, than there is waiting to be sold. The tide has completely turned. People aren't rushing for the exits anymore. They're showing renewed confidence. And it's not just users. Developers are absolutely piling in. Ethereum just saw a record 8.7 million new smart contracts deployed in the last quarter. That's an all-time high. It's a massive signal that the people building the future of the internet see Ethereum as the place to do it.
Okay, on to our second pillar, institutional money. When Wall Street starts buying something, it's probably worth paying attention.
And that is exactly what seems to be happening. After a really quiet period, we're seeing some pretty significant money flowing back into Ethereum ETFs. Now, in simple terms, that just means the big money players, the institutions on Wall Street, are buying in again.
Now, the raw numbers might not sound massive at first, but you really have to put it all into perspective. Because Ethereum's market cap is only about 1/5 of Bitcoin's, these recent inflows are basically the equivalent of Bitcoin having a nearly $1 billion inflow day. That is some serious buying pressure.
And finally, let's take a look at what the charts and historical patterns might be telling us. Sometimes, technical analysis can give us some interesting clues about where things could be headed.
So there's this really fascinating pattern with Ethereum. It seems like every time it has a negative fourth quarter, the following first quarter is positive. Take Q4 of 2022. It was down 10%. And then what happened? It roared back with a 52% gain in Q1 of 2023. Okay, so here's a key technical term you might hear, the bullish MACD crossover. All you really need to know is that when this signal pops up on a weekly chart, it has historically been a very, very powerful indicator that a new, major rally is about to kick off.
And hey, this isn't just some abstract theory. We saw this exact crossover signal, a huge rally back in May, and then again in October. And right now, if you look at the charts, it looks like we're getting really close to another one of those potential crossover points.
So the key number that all the chart watchers are focused on is this, $3,400. If Ethereum can break and hold above that price level, a lot of people would see that as a powerful confirmation that a new, major uptrend has really and truly begun.
So here we are with two very different bull cases, right? On one hand, you've got that moon math dream, a $250,000 Ethereum and an easy retirement. And on the other hand, you've got this more grounded case, built on solid network data, real institutional money coming in, and some pretty bullish chart patterns.
Which brings us right back to where we started. Is buying 10 Ethereum a legitimate data-backed play for the future, or is it just a high-stakes crypto fantasy?
The data definitely suggests something is brewing, but I guess only time will tell just how high this thing can really go.